Hello everyone, today I'll be covering indefinite integrals. So we have three examples here. So we have integral of 5x to the power 4 minus 3x minus 4 over x dx, and the second one is 5x squared minus 4 square root of x plus 1 over x to the power 4 dx, and the third one is integral here is a definite integral because we are given the limits 1 to e squared. Here we are not given any. So we'll go ahead and tackle one by one. All right, let's get started. So for number one, A, we have integral of 5x to the power 4 minus 3ex minus 4 over x dx. In order to integrate this, we have to integrate each element by itself. So here, the integral of this is, since it's a constant, we can isolate by itself, and the integral of x to the power 4, we just add 1 and we divide by whatever we added. So in this case, it will be 5x, so we add 1, so 4 plus 1, then we divide by the total here, so which is 5 minus 3. The integral of e to the x is just e to the x minus 4. Now 4 times 1 over x, right? That's the same as minus 4 over x. The integral of 1 over x is ln of x. Now since it's an indefinite integral, we have to put a constant, so plus a constant c, because when we derive this, we should get back this, because we know that the derivative of a constant is 0. So let's go ahead and simplify this. So 5 cancel out, so we have 5 x to the power 5 minus 3 e to the x minus 4 ln of x plus a constant, and that's it for the first indefinite integral. Now let's go ahead and do the second one, b. So we have integral of 5 x squared minus 4 square root of x plus 1 everything divided by x to the power 4 dx. Now same idea, but here since we have x, everything is divided by x to the power 4, we can break down our division so that each term will have x to the power 4 underneath it. So this is what I mean. So it will be 5x squared over x to the 4 minus 4 square root of x over x to the 4 plus 1 over x to the 4. I did not change my integral. All I did is just to separate them so that I have x to the power 4 under each term. So this is easier to integrate. So let's go ahead and we can try to simplify this one further before we integrate anything. So I will go ahead and, so since this is x to the 4, x squared, and this is x to the 4, I can bring all my powers up, because when you integrate, you do not want to deal with the quotient. So it's always better to have anything underneath above your, like on the top terms basically. So you have 5x squared. Now if I take this x to the 4 up, it will become x to the minus 4 minus 4. Now I know square root of x is x to the half. Now I multiply by x to the minus 4. Again, I'm just taking this one up, plus 1 times x to the minus 4. Again, I'm not changing my integral. I haven't integrated anything. I'm just simplifying so it's easier to integrate. So let's go ahead and simplify this one further. Now x to the 2 minus, so we're adding since it's the same base. So this will be 5x minus 2 minus 4, so 1/2 minus 4 is minus 7/2 plus, sorry, minus x to the 7/2, right? Plus x to the minus 4 dx. Now this is the simplest form I can get, and so I'm ready to integrate. So let's go ahead and do this. So again, we just add 1, we divide by whatever we added, whatever total we have here. So it's x minus 2 plus 1 divided by what's minus 2 plus 1 is just minus 1 minus 4. Now minus 7, so I always have minus 7 half, minus 7 half plus 1. Now I divide by this total right here. So minus 7 half plus 1 equals to minus 5 half. Okay, so I'm dividing by, so eventually I would have to multiply by the inverse of that. So we'll get to that later. Plus, now x to the minus 4 dx. So I'm just adding 1 again. So minus 4 plus 1 divided by minus 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Now plus a constant, since it's a definite integral, indefinite integral. Remember, when we derive this, we should get back the original form, because when you derive a constant, you're going to get a 0. So let's go ahead and simplify this further. Now we have 5. So we have minus 1 here, so minus 5 x to the minus 1. Right, minus 2 plus 1. Minus 4. Here's the tricky part. Now we have a minus and a minus, so it'll be positive. Now since we're dividing, we have to multiply by the inverse of that fraction. So it'll be times 2. So this is not to be confused with an x. Let me just put a dot so we know. So times 2 over 5 x to the what? So we said minus 7 half plus 1 is minus 5 half, plus, now x minus 4 plus 1 is x to the minus 3 divided by minus 3 plus constant. Do not forget your constant. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify this. Now this is, so now I'm ready to put them in the original form. I can either put these negative powers down. So now I have minus 5. So x minus 1, we put it underneath, it will become x. Plus, now this is 8 over 5. Now x minus 5 will become x 5 half. Plus, now well, this is minus here, so it will become minus 1 over, because I'm taking the x minus 3 underneath it. So minus 3x cubed plus c. And that's it. Sorry. And that's it for this integral. I hope this makes sense. You can always go back and play with it. And just kind of to recap, what I did was make sure I simplify my terms in the simplest form possible before I can integrate anything, right? So I separated the x to the 4, so I have x to the 4, x to the 4, and then I simplified. All of this is just algebra. We haven't touched any calculus up to here, right? So again, we divide x minus 4, x to the 4, x to the 4, and then you take the x to the 4 up, become minus 4, and the same thing here. And then we add, since this is, again, these have the same base, we can add their power. So 2 minus 4 is minus 2, minus 7. So we said 1 half minus 4 is because it's 1 minus 8, so minus 7 half, and x to minus 4. And then here we started integrating because we added 1, we divide by the total, and then we added 1 here, we divide minus 5 half, we divided by that, plus x to the 4 plus minus 4 plus 1 divided by the total, which is minus 3, and then we just simplify this here. And then what I did, again here, remember you have to multiply by the inverse of your fraction since you're dividing by a fraction. And then I just simplified here because I have negative powers. I want to put them positive. All I have to do is just put them under the division bar. I hope this makes sense. And again, the trickiest part is making sure you're not making any mistakes on your negative signs, because you can easily make mistakes on those. And once you mess up on one side, it can affect the entire result. So I don't want to make this video too long. In the next video, it'll be part 2. I will cover problem C. I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I see you in the part 2.